So, when we are in a state of stress, distress, anticipating stress, troubles, problems, we have 4 basic styles that we tend to deal with each other. And what happens with this is that the style becomes the problem, and that we cannot get close to each other. We cannot sustain a loving relationship or a pleasurable relationship when we use these styles. And so for that reason, they're called stress styles. They are styles we use when we are upset, when we are anticipating rejection, when we are worried about something. And so there are 4 styles, and the first one says, if this is yourself, and this is the other person, and this is the context, which means whatever's going on, the first style says peace at any price. Don't make waves. You don't want to upset anyone. You don't want to be rejected. You don't want to make your partner angry. Peace at any price. Appease. Placate. This is called the placating style. And this one says that given any problem, what I will do is I will cancel out my own feelings in order to make the relationship survive. And so what happens to the placator is that they usually get depressed or sick or both, because all of the needs and all of the feelings that may not be met, they can't express, or they act them out. We say, it's fine, but it's not really fine. And so when you tell me what you want, I won't be very interested. The placator on the surface acts as if it's okay, but the truth is that inside there's resentment, because there are lots of feelings that are not getting expressed. And placators can cause big surprises in relationships, because what happens with placators is they stuff the feelings, and they stuff it, and they stuff it, and they stuff it, and all of a sudden they've had it up to here. And when that happens, interesting things can happen. You then can get the next style, and the next style says that given a problem and given any stress, blame. Blame. The best defense is a good offense. That style says it's your fault. You are, and you can fill in the blanks. You are bad, sick, stupid, crazy, ignorant, foolish, you name it. It is a style that demolishes the other person, and so what happens with the blaming style is that the other person is demolished in order for the self to survive or to feel safe. And of course, what happens to your sense of yourself when you're around a blamer? You can't feel too good about yourself around a blamer. So blamers usually get left alone. The third style, and there are 4 of these, so I don't want you to give up and think that you're going to be overwhelmed. Incidentally, you can mix and match the styles. We don't have to be pure with one style. We can have variety. We're very creative. So the next one says that given a problem, emotions are so illogical. They are so irrational. They are so unpredictable that I don't want to deal with feelings at all. So I will talk about the way things should be. I will talk about the rules. I will talk about expectations. I will talk about what the books say, or the family says, or the church says. And I am not going to deal with emotions, not with mine or with yours. And we call this the super reasonable style, or the computerized style, that says, given a problem, the only thing I'm interested in talking about is the shoulds. We call it the tyranny of the shoulds. You know, this is the way you should be, and you're not. This is what I learned. This is what the church says, my family says, my job says. Whatever it is, I'm not dealing with emotions. And of course, keep in mind all the time that love is an emotion. Love is a feeling. And when we tune out feelings, we also tune out our ability to feel love. And pleasure, because that's an emotion too. So the fourth style says that given a problem, I really don't have any answers. I don't know what to do. And so I will act as if what's happening is not happening. And that is called being irrelevant. Irrelevant or distracting. I will change the subject, act like I don't see, hear, feel, talk about anything except what it is that the issue is, and I will act like I'm not here, you're not here, the problem isn't here. What problem? There is no problem. It's denial. And what happens when we use these styles, these are the behavioral styles that fit over here. The one who runs is the placater. The behavioral styles. The one who fights, whether it is with violence or sarcasm, is the blamer. The one who goes into a shell and freezes and doesn't acknowledge feelings at all is the super reasonable one. And the one who, in effect, puts their head in the sand, like an ostrich, and hope that when I take it out, things will be better, it'll all be gone, is another form of running. And so that would be the distractor, the irrelevant one, over here. What happens is that when we use these styles with each other, the style becomes the problem. And we cannot get close to each other when we use these styles.